Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Football Roundup. It's your boy Jay-Z. Let's get right into it. We have a lot of things to talk about. I want to start it off actually with my condolences to Jurgen Klopp. I know he recently lost his mother, and I know he must be going through a lot right now, personally, and then let alone managing his football team. So condolences to Jurgen Klopp. But going back to football now, Liverpool went up against Leicester, and this match for Liverpool, it was a very important match. Obviously they haven't been holding on to their title hopes. Actually, they've been doing poorly, and this was one of the big matches that they had to show up to. And things started off well. Firmino laid a beautiful pass to Salah, and it was a GOLAZO. I mean, very, very clever pass from Firmino. Kind of did like a fake roulette spin inside the box and laid it off to Salah, who just placed it beautifully. But after that, I would say it was quite embarrassing for Liverpool. One of the goals was scored by Jamie Vardy, of course, and this goal was actually due to a horrible mistake. No communication between Alisson and this young defender named Kabak, number 19 on Liverpool. There's a through ball over the top. The defender's looking right at the ball, hoping to clear it. Alisson decides to come out and do it himself, believing that he has a better, chance to just get to it without any problems and kick it out. But the issue was he never communicated that with his last man, and they ended up kind of getting in each other's way, and it ended up landing perfectly to Jamie Vardy, who kind of just walked it in. And that was how Leicester took the lead. Earlier in the match, Maddison scored a great free kick, but this was the moment where you saw that Liverpool just doesn't have it in them. I don't know what's going on with them. I know Van Dijk's been a huge loss for them, and I know that Arsene Wenger recently had a similar comment that he made on beIN Sports, I believe, where he said that's been a key factor to the downfall of Liverpool, just because of their style of play, how dominant Van Dijk was at winning every ball that he would get to.
There are many reasons. One of the main reasons certainly was that they lost Van Dijk, and what was their strength is winning the ball high with Henderson in midfield and Milner. By moving Henderson back, they lost that as well. I just tried to find some logical explanation, because Liverpool was very efficient because the time on the ball for the opponent was short. By changing their structure, they gave a bit more time to their opponent. They won the ball higher up and could quickly feed their strikers. That was the main reason of their success, and of course a good defensive stability. And they have lost a bit of all that,
It was pretty clear that Liverpool, might not be holding on to the title, but what made it really, really a sad moment for me, at least, was Klopp basically giving up, basically admitting defeat, saying, you know what, we're not holding on to the title. We lost it basically.
So are you conceding the title then, Jurgen?
Yes, I can't believe, but yes. It's tough. Obviously, it's tough, and I know that it's the only way out of the situation is to play good football, to fight, to work hard, and these kind of things. And we are still able to do that, and that's what we will keep doing. That we have to do that.
I don't know if that was him just kind of going through all kinds of emotions at the time, or if he really believes it. But credit to Liverpool fans, they try to cheer up the team. I know Salah said that he's not giving up. That's what champions do. If they're down, they're down, but they're not going to give up. But it really does seem like that's it for Liverpool. Now, another team that I'd like to talk about is Manchester United. Now, United have one problem, and it's their defense. This is their problem. I know they've been looking for forwards, and now that Cavani's come in, things look great. They need to create creative players. Bruno's been absolutely magnificent, but their center backs, their defense is just not working out, and Lindelof and Maguire seem to be really good one day and really bad the next. And this game was no different. So in this match, the first goal comes from Diagne. I don't know if this goal should have stood. It seemed kind of like a foul, but I honestly don't know. It looked like the guy just kind of put his hand on Lindelof's face and kind of just shoved him away. The ref decided not to call that. The goal stood. And then later on in the match, Bruno, of course, always has to come through and bail out United. Scored a beautiful left-footed volley inside the box, tied it up, but it just wasn't enough. Maguire got a header off the post near the end, but they just couldn't do it. And I don't know. I don't know what to say. It looks like it might be Ole. It looks like it might be the players. Look like it might just be the center back duo. I think Lindelof sometimes is a little too soft, and I think Maguire sometimes just makes very silly mistakes. I like Bailly a lot, but I know with injuries he's been, can't really count on him that much. But if Bailly and Lindelof get going, I think that would be great. If Bailly and Maguire get going together, that might be great. I know they sold Rojo. I don't even think they tried doing a pair with them, with any of them involving Rojo. But yeah, that seems to be United's main issue, and they've dropped points that they needed, honestly. And who did they drop points to? Who benefited who benefited from these defeats and these draws? Well, Manchester City. Now, Manchester City went up against Tottenham, Mourinho versus Pep. Very exciting match. Unfortunately for Tottenham, it didn't go their way. City just clearly the better team, just more of the ball, more shots on target, more shots on goal. Gundogan playing brilliant for Guardiola, really being a very important player in recent matches as well, not just this match. He gets lucky on a penalty. He tried to drag the ball back, fake a shot or fake a cross, I should say, and he misses the ball. He doesn't stop the ball, and the defender misses everything because he just kind of put his leg there and clipped Gundogan on his foot, and the refs thought that was enough to call the penalty. Man City take the lead, and from then on it was just Man City all the way. They ended up winning 3-0, and I know Mourinho's not happy, but at this point there's nothing there's no one for him to blame. I know he's not happy about the penalty, but besides that, he wasn't going to win that match. Yeah, I don't think anyone's stopping Man City this season, honestly. They look like they're going to win the league. It's tough. It's tough for Mourinho. I know he's used to winning trophies, but this Tottenham team is still missing things, and we'll see if he brings in players, if he's still there at the end of the season. I think he'll be there, but it's still a work in progress for Tottenham. Okay guys, now I want to go off to Spain. Now in La Liga, Atletico played against Granada, and this game was everything that Simeone wanted. His midfielder Llorente scored along with Correa, but besides that, he's very happy about his team as group effort in terms of defending. Simeone is very demanding, and he needs these wins. He still has 2 games in hand, I believe, but he doesn't want to let go of the gas. He knows that he needs every point that he can get, and Atleti still only have 1 defeat this whole season, so it just goes to show how great they've been this year, and Simeone really wants La Liga. Their city rivals, Real Madrid, played against Valencia. Dominant throughout the match. Benzema scored a golazo. He does what he has to do, number 9. Kroos got on the score sheet as well. Real Madrid look good. They stay second, but they might not get anything this year. In general, I don't think they're gonna get La Liga. We'll see what it comes down to, but it looks like it's between Real and Atletico. But personally, I see Atletico holding on to it and just getting the title this year. Now, third place in La Liga is Barcelona. Now, Barcelona climbed back up to the top 3. Great match that they had against Alaves. Messi ended up scoring a double, as well as this youngster Trincao. Messi scored a great goal where he just, typical Messi coming off the right, cutting in, but this time he bombed it to near post, and the goalie stressed as far as he could and hit off the post and in. And it just shows that even when you think Messi's not at his best, he's still just brilliant, absolutely brilliant on a different level. And Barcelona dominated against Alaves, not the strongest team, but they've been doing what they have to do, and sometimes that's the hardest part. You know, you go into easy games or easier games thinking, you know, you got it in the bag, and sometimes you slip up, but Barcelona's not in that position to feel cocky about anything. So they did what they had to do. 2 great goals, a GOLAZO from Messi, and Barcelona go third. Okay guys, now to Italy. I told you guys I think the Serie A is probably the most interesting league right now, and for good reason. Now this week we had Milan actually drop points to Spezia. They ended up losing 2-0. I don't think they had a single shot on target. Very disappointing for Milan. Very disappointing against a weaker side, I would say. Not necessarily, you know, that poor of a team, but definitely a team that you would expect Milan to win. And they couldn't do it. Their players couldn't manage to create opportunities, and it cost them because their city rivals Inter Milan had a difficult game going up against Lazio. This game looked to be one of the more tougher matches for Inter. You know, they had to show strength, and they did. Lukaku ended up scoring a double and giving an assist, man of the match. GOLAZO, you know, a great penalty, but a little bit of luck as well. And in his other goal, where he got the rebound right in front of goal and shot, tucked it in, did what he had to do. And a great assist to Lautaro, where he showed his pace, his strength, and laid it off to Lautaro, who's by himself, just to tuck it in. And Inter go first, top of the league, and it's gonna get interesting. I'm not sure if Inter and Milan have to play each other once more in Serie A, but I believe they do, and that might be the title decider. Now, the actual title holders, Juve, suffered a defeat to Napoli. Now, this game, you know, Juve has been inconsistent all year, all season, and they needed to show up, especially against the bigger teams, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it against Napoli. They got a penalty, and hometown hero Insigne seals it, and that was enough. It was enough for their win over Juve. Juve had the possession. You know, they controlled the game, but they just couldn't score. Ronaldo had a very off game, I would say. Not really his best game, but of course he tried. Of course the team tried, but they just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. It was one of those days where no matter what you tried, you couldn't find the back of the net. So Napoli defeat Juve. Inter goes first. And Serie A is getting interesting. I honestly feel a little bit bad for Juve, just because I do believe they should be doing a lot better. I just think Pirlo wasn't ready for the role. He was a great player. I'm pretty sure he understands the game, but to come into a team that's already established and then try to implement something completely new, a completely new style, and then try to, in your first real big club experience as a manager, try to do things that you haven't done and tried out before on other teams, it's most likely not going to work, and it hasn't worked out for Pirlo, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone next year. But we'll see what happens. We'll see who ends up winning Serie A, and we'll see how Juve do in the Champions League, and we'll see what Pirlo's future holds. Okay guys, that'll be all for me. I know it was a very interesting week of football. We'll see what next week has. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week on the next Football Roundup.